Now, we know the most successful people in the world are that successful because they do what they're really good at most of the time. It's critical, if you want somebody to succeed, to let them do what they're good at. In business and even in sport, we're too quick to identify someone's weakness or a development area. We're clever in business, we don't call it a weakness, we call it a development area now. And we send people to go and try and fix that. That does not set up success. That might prevent failure, but preventing failure and creating success are two different things. A very practical cricket example, I was with a South African team strategizing how to bowl to MS Dhoni in a T20 World Cup. The stats say bowl wide Yorkers to him. So the coach said to the two bowlers, okay, we bowl wide Yorkers to Dhoni at the end, and the discussion was around what fields are we going to set. When we walked out of the meeting, I spoke to one of the bowlers and I said, how do you feel about bowling wide Yorkers to Dhoni at the death tomorrow on the World Cup stage? And he said, well, yeah, I don't feel that good. I'm struggling with my wide Yorkers at the moment. Now, reality is this particular bowler was never good at wide Yorkers. So he was asked to do something that he's not good at to one of the most destructive batsmen in the world in front of millions of viewers. The fear and the trepidation and anxiety that that bowler would have and ended up feeling when he was at the top of his mark, being asked to do something he was not good at, was unbelievable. And he ended up missing by a fair way, and Dhoni got the better of him. We had the same conversation 6 weeks later, preparing for an IPL, and the same Dhoni stat comes up as bowl wide Yorkers to Dhoni, and the question then I asked the bowlers is, well, where are you going to bowl? And one of the bowlers said, actually, what I'd like to bowl a different line. I'd like to hit him on his hip, which is bowling directly into his strength, but he probably is not going to expect it. I'm going to set a field to him that he doesn't obviously expect me to bowl into his strength, and what I want, instead of to bowl a wide Yorker and get a dot ball, I'd actually like to bowl onto his hip, hopefully hits it to my fielders on the leg side and he gets a one, and I actually want to be bowling to the other guy. I don't want to bowl to Dhoni. So in the team meeting, this particular guy, his strength was bowling in at the hip. And even though it was bowling into Dhoni's strength, we said, right, at the top of your mark when you're under pressure, we'd rather have you doing what you're good at, even if the stats say you should be doing something else. And it turns out that this individual was a lot more successful. So critical to be playing to your strengths, understand your strengths, focus on your strengths, build on your strengths.